Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mancillon, artist and spiritualist. I come to discuss the spiritual ascension path, this great portal where we're being transformed for those who are aware, awakened, and attuned to the sensibility of what is going on within the inner planes of their consciousness. There is a great awakening. We're getting close to the awakening of the full potential of our light body, the diamond light body. But it's no longer between us and them. We're all inclusive within the one. We do need to have a sense of discernment, however. Who do we trust with what? It's called administrative wisdom. We need to understand what do we need to do and what we can delegate as well. For we're going to move into a new level of responsibility. For a lot of beings, they want to do the greater good in this society. But the greater good, sometimes the tyrants will always want to do the greater good. They're ready to sacrifice certain part of society to fulfill whatever they believe to be the greater good. For it's like the highest good of all is a far better point, because it will not exclude anyone, and there is the golden rule: do no harm. Of course, there is exception to that. There is always exception when there is on this earth there is some special operations, or even on the galactic planes, that are liberating the planet, or when you're in self-defense, the law of grace will protect you. But we're really moving towards something really new, something really very soon. Science and spirituality will merge as new understanding of new consciousness will come in about. And there is no need to change others. We only need to change ourselves, to change our location, to change our everything. And we'll meet higher version of other people when we elevate our vibration. So it's only about changing ourselves, accepting to move into love and truth only. In order, our mission is to destroy all the false lies, the false light, to take the Excalibur, the return of the king. This is really what's going on. There's all kinds of old memories in relationship to myths and legends and old civilization that will be emerging through dreams and meditations. For the earth is a dramatic comedy. It's all sorts of experiences. It's a beautiful experiences, but it's important to have a hobby or a creative pursuit, not to otherwise the mind will get overloaded. So it's like to find a way to canalize your energy in a creative way, and it's important to. It's important to understand that this experience, this tragic comic experience of the Earth in 3D, is eventually, right now, we're moving towards the state of grace, the inner peace, the transcendental salvation, so we can be eternally free from the dualistic matrix by a complete alignment with our higher self, our oversoul, and our God self. And so we can have a life of ease and grace and beauty. We see only beauty, although there will be for a very long time, and for eternity probably there will be ignorance going on in order for the soul to learn. Maybe not on this planet, which will eventually achieve ascension, but somewhere else. Ignorance will always be maintained on some level. So it's very important to forgive our past mistakes, to forgive all our past selves, letting go of all regret, shame, blame, guilt. All of that were very important lessons. What we seek is to balance out our upper and lower chakras. We have those 12 chakras to align, and so we have the heart that is neutral. We have 3 creative chakras, and then we have three on the inside of our body. We have 3 receptive chakras, which is connected to 5 more chakras in the atmosphere, in the sun, in the galaxy, in the universe. They're universal energies. We need to deal with the 12 ray to create this wheel of 12 rays of light. And then once we'll have a light body, these 12 rays of light will be imprinted within our light body and will recognize each other, by the way, because they are unique. And so we'll be able to utilize that wheel of creation, to be co-creator, to realize there is because the more we balance out our chakra, we balance out our energies, the more light we'll be able to integrate. We also need to create spiral of energy, to learn to create spirals of energy, to traverse different planes of reality, and to connect to our 5th dimensional pyramid of light. We have an ethereal double there, That's always there. We have this ethereal double that's on a multi-dimensional level. That we it is our double, but it's a perfect self. And in this pyramid of light, there is an etheric replica of the Earth as well. And so this is where we need to go very regularly to co-create, and then this pyramid of light can lead us to the cities of light on the higher planes. There is cities of light above most major cities. So find the city of light next to you. Like I'm near Paris, and there is a city of light that is above Paris. Eventually, after the ascension, those cities of light where all the celestial beings live. That's why the angels are supposed to live in clouds, and they don't live in clouds. They live in the cities of light above in the atmosphere, and eventually this will descend. So we have to learn to utilize spiral of energy to reach to this pyramid of light where all things are always protected above the astral planes, and then we'll connect to the river of light. The river of light is like we have the Ida and Pangala, the Mars and Venus, the wheel and the preferences, and then the Shashuna. The river of light is it's a river made of particles of light. There is unlimited particles of light, but for that we need to be centered in our sacred heart as well. It's between the fourth and the fifth chakras, and to open the back chakras of our brain, because the brain can as long as we're in duality, both sides of our brain will find a hard time to find balance. So it's important to open the chakras on the back of our brain to access our sacred mind. And so it's like we're learning to do all that. But think about this pyramid of light in the fifth dimension. And we need to rise above the problem of 3D to resolve those 3D problems, and to elevate ourselves to the dimension of love and wisdom, and also to learn to communicate with the higher planes. When you communicate with your guides, when you communicate with the Creator, when you communicate with angels and archangels or the galactic families, you are involved in a co-creative process. When you receive information from a higher self, there is a co-creative process of acceptation of a higher version, a higher view, a higher dimension of reality that is being created, and that elevate our frequency, and then we'll eventually meet. As we solidify our energy into these higher planes, we'll slowly but surely meet only higher frequency beings because we'll move into a parallel dimension where the even beings on the lower frequency, when they meet us, they'll be on a higher frequency just so they can talk to us. So I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to finish with putting a few oracles and sing a song, because I feel it's always nice to sing a song at the end. Finishing music. But the observer of the day is not for you. There is so many things that are not for you. You have to let go of those things that are not for you. I'm going to pull a few oracles, but Ganesh, the Lord of Obstacles, wants to talk to us about. So it's like letting go, and for that you need to rest, and you let go of the mind and all the actions for a while. It's like a time of the nap. It's a time to rest and integrate, and it's very important to in order to release certain things. Sometimes it moves us outside of our comfort zone to let go of certain things. The observer from the Ganesh deck is empowerment. We're being empowered. We begin the return of the king, the return of the hero, Ulysses, Odysseus, that came back after a return to Ithaca after this long struggle through this terrible war. It took him 8 years to come back to his family, this harmony, Ithaca, and this is really what's coming about. We're returning to the divine harmony. The highest wisdom is generosity. Be generous, be kind, to continue to share, continue to be generous materially and spiritually. What we need to understand is drive. We are driven. What drives us? It is the ego desire, or it is the soul desire. We want to be. Sometimes we have to let go of the ego desiring body in order to give more power to our soul desiring body. And what we need to do is the healing, and to continue this healing, to continue to find health, more mental, physical, emotional health. And the outcome is insight. We're going to be receiving in the next few days amazing insight, more and more. It is all coming into alignment. There is this great, we're inside this great compression chamber where we're being not so much tested, but some people are being tested, but we are being downloaded all kinds of energy, so take the time to integrate them. And the card of the day, the observer of the day, is freedom. That's really what we seek. Freedom. Freedom is like what we seek. Freedom. It's like we've been living in captivity in this third dimensional reality, and we're getting ready to fourth dimension is a test of freedom. Fifth dimension is the experience of full-time freedom. The wisdom is wisdom. The wisdom is wisdom. Yeah, well, it's like what is the best application of the knowledge? Sometimes it's about just letting go and letting God, giving more power to the divine I am that we are. What we need to understand is forgiveness. It's very important to forgive ourselves and to forgive others. What we need to do is openness, to stay open, to have an open heart and an open mind. And the outcome and the key is pleasure. So it's going to be very pleasurable. What's coming up is going to be very pleasurable. So be ready. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to finish with a little song. It's a song about it's called Love is in the Air. Love is in the air. Everywhere I look around. Love is in the air. Every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, I don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something I must be living, and it's there when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air, in the whisper of a tree. Love is in the air, in the thunder of a sea, and I don't know if I'm just dreaming, I don't know if I feel safe, but it's something I must be living, and it's there when you called out my name. Love is in the air, love is in the air, oh, love is in the air, in the rising of the sun. Love is in the air, when the day's nearly done. And I don't know if you're an illusion, I don't know if I see truth, but you're something I must be living, and you're there when I reach out for you. Love is in the air, oh, 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 love is in the air. Just a little song from the 70s. Love is in the air. Breathe in love, which is because it's in the air, so you can breathe in love and breathe out love. Breathe in light and breathe out love. We're going to learn to activate to discover new technique of breathing that will activate all kinds of new centers within ourselves. Eventually, we're going to live from prana. Not just yet, but the observer of the day is light. Just stay light. Just continue to cultivate the sense of lightness, and to cultivate the light, to be light. The higher wisdom is a learning process. We're going through a teaching. We're learning and conditional love. What we need to understand is unity. What we need to do is communication. Just pick up the phone, just communicate, just do whatever. Like here, I'm communicating. It's like it's spontaneous. It may not be perfect, but it's still good to communicate, to anchor this energy, and to be true. Because for a long time, people would just like hold back on being the truth they want to express. Now it's okay. You can express your truth. And the outcome will be the healing, and there is the great healing that is happening that will be complete in a few days. We're moving towards that. Well, I hope I hope you're having a really, really wonderful day. I thank you so very much, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.